Hello, today's tutorial is about cake boards, how to choose them and covering cake boards. Let's go play with some more fondant. Let's talk about cake boards. Cake boards is what is going to be the foundation or basis for your cake, and you need to have a little bit of thought or pre-thought into your cake design, how heavy it is, what size it'll be, what size do you want the cake board. You need to have a little bit of thought before you decorate a cake so that you get the right look that you're looking for. I've got some examples here to show you, and there's a couple of different types of cake boards, and that can be a little bit confusing too. So I've got disposable cake boards, and I've got the heavy cake boards. These are very thick. These are say 3/4 of a centimeter thick, and they're made out of wood. So you can't bend them, you can't break them. That's the idea of them, and these are particularly for heavy fondant cakes, sculptured cakes, tiered cakes. If you're having that type of cake, you have to have these thick boards, these wooden boards. So these ones are bought pre-sized, pre-cut and covered in alfoil. It's got a pattern on it as well. They are expensive. This one's about $10. Yeah, it's a 12-inch round and it's $10. So a bit more expensive, and you've got to add that to the cost of your cake as well. You can make your own cake boards, and that will be going to the hardware store and buying the wood and cutting it out yourself, so a little bit more time and energy to do that. But that will be a cost-effective way of doing it, and you cover that in a foil of some description as well. So they come in lots of different shapes and sizes. I've just bought 2 hard ones today, but that's a 12-inch, that one's about an 9-inch I think, or maybe an 8-inch, so a bit smaller again. But you can get them in square as well. So you've got the square disposable one here, but you could get that in the hard, heavy ones as well. So that's very important that you have to use that for sculptured cakes, fondant cakes, tiered cakes. So use those. And then you've got disposable cake boards. So I've got a couple of shapes and sizes here. So it's got square and round. Again, they come in all different shapes and sizes. They're a lot cheaper. This one's about 80 cents. I think these ones are about 40 cents each. So you get them from cake decorating shops, or you can get these ones from packaging shops or from the bakery as well. Your local bakery are quite happy generally to sell you 1 or 2 of these. They might cost $1 or $2 from the bakery though if you're not buying many. And they are made out of cardboard, so that's why they're disposable. You can see it moves, it has a bit of move to it, so it can't hold much weight. So for a basic small 1-tiered cake that's decorated in buttercream, these are fine. Even if it is a fondant covered cake, but it won't be very big, it won't be very heavy. You could still almost get away with one of these. It depends on what you're going for in your finished product. So that's why you've got to put a little bit of thought beforehand into your cake boards, because if you're wanting to also cover them in fondant, so you want it to be an edible cake board, you need to do that several days before your cake. So you need to have thought out in your head the cake design. I've got some other cake boards here, and these ones were from the cheapie shop, so Dollars and Cents, Crazy Clark's. They sometimes have the cake boards in stock. I've bought this pack, it's a 2-pack, they're 10-inch round, and this one's the 12-inch round. They're in between the disposable and the very solid wood cake boards. They're more sturdy, they're not much give to them, but they still do move. So they'll take a little bit more weight than the disposables. And they're quite affordable as well, about $2 and $2. So they're affordable as well. They're easy to have in the cupboard if you need to have them. So I do recommend, I always have a combination of all three in my cupboards so I can choose the best to suit my cake design, my cake budget, style, weight, etc. So we're going to cover some cake boards. So to do that, you need to have a couple of tools. You need to have fondant to cover the cake boards. I'm going to use the Rebekah's brand. If you want to learn more about fondant, please check out the What is Fondant cake tutorial that I've got on angelfoods.net. You will also need a cutter. I just use a pizza cutter that I got from my local homewares shop. So that's very good. You've got your smoother. They're about $12. The cutter's about $20. And that'll be to smooth the fondant on the cake board. I'll show you that again later. You'll need a rolling pin for your cake board as well. And then you'll need ribbon to edge the cake. So I bought a couple of different colours today. And generally people buy them to suit the cake so they match perfectly. I like to keep a little at home with me all the time just so I've got something to grab if I have a last minute cake order and I don't have time to run to the Sew and Save shop. So yeah, you'll need ribbon to decorate the edge of the cake board, and I'm going to show you how to do that, and you're going to see how super professional it looks. So I've just grabbed my thicker cake board, the one that I wanted the ribbon edging on, and I've grabbed one of the decorations that I'm having on the cake, which is the hot pink butterflies. So I'm going to get the ribbon to match it. So you always check that it's going to be uniform. You can always do the ribbon very, very last after the cake's decorated, then you know it 100% matches. You wrap it around your cake board, get it to the end and let it overlap for about 2 centimeters. Grab your scissors and cut him off. Now to attach it, what I use is double-sided tape. There it is. Whoops. So I craft double-sided tape, and all cakers use something different. I've even heard of cakers using craft glue. So it's up to you what you want to use, what you have handy. But if you use non-toxic craft tape, that would be the absolute ideal. I really got to be a bit more careful. So I'm going to put it on the ribbon and then peel it off. So it's a double-sided. So if you've never used it before, you push it down and then you peel it up and it leaves the double-sided on the ribbon. So I'm going to put it in 4 spots. So again, pushing it down really firmly. And peeling it back up. I'm using just half these, so I'm cutting in half again. Push it down really firmly. If you don't, it'll all just come back up again. And one more right at the end. So if you're covering a square cake board with ribbon, you'd probably need the ribbon in very specific spots. You would need it here and here, here and here. So at each corner, because the ribbon's automatically going to go on a round shape, and you want it to encourage it to go to the square shape. So you do that, and then I'm going to find the back of the cake board. So that would be probably here where I knocked it with my nail. And then you want it to go on as tight as possible without it doubling up on itself. Bring it back to the joint, and sticky tape was there to cover it up. How awesome does that look? So this tutorial was all about cake boards and covering cake boards. My name is Rebekah from Angel Foods. If you want to check out our other video tutorials, please check out angelfoods.net, and also under the opportunities tab you can find out all about franchising. Angel Foods is looking for franchisees Australia-wide. So if you love baking, want to earn money, want to work from home, make your own hours, this could be for you. We've got franchise information packs available. If life hands you lemons, make lemon cupcakes. Thank you. So that was our cake. Nope. You can check out all our other cupcake.